If you're retired and you were one of the first in either in your family or in your friend group or peer group to be able to retire, did that affect anything with them or your relationship with your peers? Let's talk about it. Hi there, this is Trisha with Trisha in Your 60s. I'm so glad that you are here. I was so excited last week when I finally made the decision after speaking with, myself, listening to myself, speaking to my parents, speaking to my boyfriend, really thinking about what I wanted to do going forward, especially at this time in history. When I made the decision that, yes, I'm going to retire from corporate life as much as I can. I mean, like I said, I'm still trying to do some freelance work, but the whole going and, trying to get into the corporate job world right now after I've been gone for 6 months. I'm 6 months older. I'm also still female. So I really just didn't want that fight. Something that bothered me, and I was wondering, that's why I said in the beginning, if anybody has retired and you didn't possibly, I don't want to say get the reception you thought you would get, because that's not what I meant, but I know one of the things that kept me from really embracing this decision until maybe just a few days ago was, even though I know logically everything is okay and I'm thought this through and all, I was still feeling guilty. And I know that sounds really weird because I don't really have anything to feel guilty about, but I did. And I guess maybe because I have been talking so much about wanting to retire for years, I could get very woohoo about this and say, well, I've been talking about it for years and it has come to pass. Even if that is what I believe, we won't dwell on that right now. I guess one of the things that bothered me was I've got some friends that I'm in a couple chat groups with. They're all from my past works. They had mostly all moved on before I did. So there is one group where it's a smaller group, and I wrote, that I had made this decision this past weekend. Because actually, well, what it was somebody in the chat had asked how I was doing. And they're working still and all. And so I wrote that I had made this decision, and it was, huge decision. I finally had decided or whatever. And it was funny. It was like, it was crickets. And I didn't understand that because this was a huge decision that I really, and these are people who I know support me. So that's not an issue, but I wasn't sure how to take it. And I don't know if it was, I didn't want to feel, I don't know. Then later, when there wasn't any kind of response in a couple of days, finally, one person wrote, "Oh, I've been really busy. Work's been really busy." And then later, somebody else wrote something similar. I just was like, okay. I started wondering, well, are they jealous? And I know that sounds awful, but that's what I was thinking. And I didn't mean to make anyone feel jealous, but at the same time, the other people that I'm the oldest one in the group chat, so no one else is at the age of retiring anyway. So, but I still felt, and maybe that's just my imposter syndrome that I have had, or lack of esteem sometimes that I have had, at different points in my life. I don't feel that there is anything to feel guilty about. I mean, I worked hard to get where I am and what I have, and I know how blessed I am. Believe me, I know how blessed I am. I didn't know if that had happened to you or to anyone that you know that might have retired, was the first one in their friend group, if, that had happened to anyone. please leave your any comments in the comment section below. Maybe we can discuss this further, or I just got to get over it. And I think I am. I mean, I think I am. I think one of the things I do know that I really decided to do, and it made me feel good, was this guilt was kind of taking away my enthusiasm for making this decision. You know, because I guess I had been conditioned to be, you know, struggling for work or something like that, because that's what was expected of me, maybe by society. And because I'm not, and I found a way not to have to do that, I don't think I should feel guilty or feel bad about that. Once I finally made peace with that, and I guess that's why I am making this podcast here, even though I've been rambling about this topic, really and truly, I had decided that I am fine. I am good with my decision. I think I'm finally allowing myself to enjoy it, to really believe that what I have been asking for, you know, wanting for years and years, is here. And maybe part of it is I just don't believe it. So we'll see how it goes. Well, thanks a lot for listening to the rambling. You take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.